Toastmaster for today.
希望今天就稍微听得懂。先问问提问，你听得懂国语吧？一点点。
Sorry, I don't even know what you said.
OK。那这位先生，你听不听得懂 ？Okay. All right. I will just say briefly and speak just one word of one sentence right now. Today we're trying something a little different. Usually our meeting is 90% in English and some Chinese. So today we're going to try to balance things up a little bit and pretend we are having Mandarin meeting with an English translator. How about that? 就是相反，因为我是为了平等，我觉得我们这个中文，如果真是到底是双语这个演讲会，应该多多讲点中文。你说 ，OK？ 所以今天呢，我来介绍这位先生，他呢就是英文那一部分的，但是他跟我是平等的，你说吗？平等的吗？
Equal?
Yeah. Yes. 所以我们因为是三藩市汉英双语演讲会，就是不会讲，至少听得懂。你听不听得懂？还可以，哇，太好了，好了。那我们现在就开始解释今天的节目。我是中文这部分的演讲员，他呢就会介绍英文那部分的。帮我们组织这个会有4个人的帮助。
Now, Elliot is giving the Chinese portion of the meeting, and I'm introducing the English portion of the meeting. We are helped by 4 people today.
这4个人呢，一个是我们的这个时间观。
We have the timer, and the timer today is Marco.
所以 Marco， 请你告诉大家你今天的工作是什么
Please tell us a little bit about your role.
Okay, my role is to time the speeches, the evaluation, table topics. Specifically for the speech, the green will be 5 minutes, and then the yellow will be 6 minutes, the red is 7 minutes. For the evaluation, the green will be 2 minutes, yellow will be 2.5 minutes, red 3 minutes. And table topics, green 1 minute, yellow 1.5, red 2 minutes.
谢谢 Marco。
Thank you, Marco.
还有一个叫哼哈人，这个哼哈人呢，就是我们的Kayla。现在他要跟你们告诉你他的工作是什么。
And our ah counter today is Kayla. Please tell us a little bit about your role.
I just count the filler, and etc. So just watch. Don't use too much these words. I'll count it.
All right.
第3个呢，就是我们的文法馆。我们的文法馆今天呢，其实就是我们2个。
The third role tonight is grammarian, and tonight Elliot and I will be filling that role.
And the word for today is
Grateful.
为什么要说感恩呢？因为什么节要快到？感恩节。OK， 今天就是就是这个感恩很重要。要想，为什么我觉得感恩这么重要 ？Why am I so grateful？ 我对什么要感谢呢？我觉得住在加州，我好开心哦。我不再住在东安，我也没有住在台湾。像我在台湾长大的，也在东安住过。台风，这个下雨天，水呢浮的有床这么高。那今天大白天就是阳光美目，鸟语花香。I am so fortunate. What do you think, Michael? What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to be here tonight at Toastmasters. And I'm grateful that I can participate and learn public speaking, and especially learn from great example is Elliot.
不敢当，不敢当。所有来宾也许不清楚是什么叫做 Toastmaster， 而且这个开会也不清楚。我们每一次开会就是有个机会去练习3种演讲。第一种演讲呢，就是准备好的演讲。准备好的演讲是什么呢 ，Michael？
We have 3 types of speeches today. The first type are prepared speeches. And these are speeches where you'll be scheduled for the speech and then have 1 or 2 weeks to prepare. And then at the meeting, you'll get up and speak for 5 to 7 minutes.
第二种呢，就是即兴演讲。即兴演讲，一听的即兴我就很即兴了，因为是即兴。即兴演讲呢，就是你根本没有时间准备的。其实这些演讲很重要的，我们要多练习。你觉得很重要吗 ，Michael？
I think it's very important to be able to give impromptu speeches. That's our second type of speech. It's very important life skills. Sometimes at work or in other organizations, you'll be asked to come up suddenly and talk about something. So here you can practice that. And the second part of our meeting, we'll have impromptu speeches in English and Chinese. The table topics master may call on you and ask you to speak for 1 to 2 minutes.
第3种演讲呢，就是评估。评估是很重要，没有人评估你，你就不会有进步。你觉得评估重要吗 ，Michael？
I think the evaluation portion is very important, possibly the most important part of the meeting. It's where the folks who gave prepared speeches will listen to evaluators who will tell them what they did well in their speech and then also a few areas for improvement.
我们第一个演讲员，他呢，我们头一个演讲员，他的名字相宜，但是把他带上来之前的话，我要评估他的那个评估员跟我讲一声，跟他告诉他，相宜他那叫什么 Robert。
So this is going to be Xiangyi's first speech. It's the icebreaker speech. There are 2 objectives. The first objective is begin speaking before an audience. And the second objective is to discover the speaking skills you already have. It's a very general speech.
相宜他说这个好奇很重要，为什么好奇这么重要的话，你们听下去就知道了。现在我就让 Michael 介绍相宜上来。
Xiangyi's speech is titled Leading Life with Curiosity. Let's welcome her.
请你欢迎相宜。
Why is the earth round, Mommy? Daddy, how do adults have babies? How does this toy light up? What is the meaning of life? Why are we all here today? So growing up, I was a very curious and very inquisitive kid, and still am today. One of the earliest memories that I have growing up was asking my mom, why do I have a sister? Does she really need to be here? Can't she go away? So as you can see, if you were my parents, you probably had your hands full raising me. My curiosity spanned from questioning the whys, and the hows around how things work, as well as around life philosophies, around understanding around human nature and existence of humankind. I've always been a student of life. I crave for the why behind the hows and behind the what, and will not stop till I understand the connection. My my curiosity has helped me develop understanding of concepts, of relationships, of systems, and connections with myself, with others, and with the society and the world. And I'll illustrate how the motto, leading life with curiosity, is core to who I am in school, in relationship, and my professional life. My innate desire to understand has served me well in school. I find mastering complex problems fairly easy once I can see the connections in the relationship between the isolated parts. I've always been a good student, although some might kindly call me a bit obsessive. You know, I wouldn't stop till I find the truth, and whether that's spending hours and hours trying to prove an equation indeed is true, or continuing on solving fixed problems when I'm asleep. I can help it. It's my nature. But I think curiosity in school, in figuring out what the connection and what the connecting tissues are with the schoolwork, really helped me retain the knowledge and really helped me propel my learning forward. Curiosity helps me also continue to grow and learn in my relationship with my boyfriend. My boyfriend is a storyteller and I'm a good listener, so it works out well for us. So curiosity helps me keep a fresh eye in my relationship and continue to learn and relearn and discover each other. And finally, professionally, curiosity has taken me to many different places. My curiosity about human behavior around motivation has led me in a career in product development and marketing. My curiosity to see the world bigger than my world has led me to Harvard Business School. My curiosity about people and helping unleash human potential have led me down the path of starting my own coaching company. Hi, I'm Shen Yi. I was born in Taiwan, came to the States when I was 12. I've lived across the US, East Coast, Memphis, Tennessee, and now on the West Coast. Went to Cornell, studied engineering, went to marketing, and now I'm a life and business coach. So I couldn't introduce myself that way, and all those are true statements about myself. But rather, I hope by telling myself or telling you a little bit about who I am through the lens of leading life with curiosity gives you a little glimpse of a window to my soul, a window to who I am, and how I see life. So there's a saying around curiosity killed the cat, which everyone knows. And I would like to rebuttal that. Actually, I like to think of it, I think of life as this way. Curiosity actually saved a dog. It is through curiosity a dog can have a fun, alive, challenged, just exuberating life, right? And it's through the lens of curiosity and learning that our lives is fulfilled. The richness, the liveliness, and the consciousness that we gain and simply being curious, are the greatest gifts in life. And I'd like to leave you with one last thing. A happy couple in their 80s once told me this. During a pretty depressed point of my life, I was out on a business trip at a bar eating dinner by myself. And they said, as long as you approach life with a learner's attitude, you'll be fine. So ever since that, I've continued to honor that fully in my everyday. So I hope you find wisdom in that as well. And finally, I'm grateful for having you as an audience and for allowing me to introduce myself today. Thank you. Thank you.
谢谢山艺。你们手上大概有一张这个评估表，这个评估表呢，我就跟他说 虽然我们有评估人来评估刚刚演讲的人，但是你们呢也可以写几句。上面就写的就是我们这个刚刚演讲的呢，就给他你觉得有些什么地方觉得做得好，有些地方可以改进，就是呢，现在就花30秒钟就写几句。
Thank you for that speech, Shani. If you look on your desk, you can find an evaluation form. Can you please spend about 30 seconds and write a couple things that you enjoyed about Shani's speech and maybe one or two things where she might improve.
接下来是我们第二个演讲员。我们第二个演讲员是 Marco， 他这是第2次来上台。他那个话题呢，就是 Rule of the Game。我想来想都想不出去是应该怎么样来解释的。那你们如果是靠好奇的话，就听下来好不好 ？Marco，what do you think?
Oh, I'm Michael. He's Marco. And he's giving his second speech. The title is The Rule of the Game.
现在欢迎 Marco 上来。
Oh, shall we ask first his
对。
evaluator, Kayla, to stand up and tell us what's the goal of Marco's speech today?
Marco's speech today is the second speech called Organize Your Speech. The purpose of this speech is to organize his speech. He should have a good beginning, body, and then ending. And especially body, he should have some facts or story to support his main point. And hopefully he has some transition too. Thank you.
Let's welcome Marco.
欢迎 Marco 上来。来。
Before I start, I was telling Kayla to be kind with me. I was just joking. Be mean and teach me something. So if I make a mistake, be prepared to teach me. Thank you.
You're going to do great, Marco.
Thank you. Like Shani, who gave a wonderful speech. I like her natural style, just going over here. That's what I need to do. Sometimes I'm just, too nervous still, so but that's great. And like her, I am a seeker of the truth, and I'm always curious, and I like to learn. And some time back, I was thinking to myself, these questions: if life is a game, what are the rules? You want to play basketball game, football games. You want to do well, you need to learn the rules. And I did some research, and that led me to this wonderful book titled If Life is a Game, These Are the Rules by Dr. Sherry Scott. And in this book, she talked about the 10 rules of being human. That is the subject of my speech today. And before I start, I just want to quote Jack Canfield, who is the co-author of this wonderful, very popular book, The Chicken Soup for the Soul. And that's what he said. This is what he said about this book. How wonderful it will be. We were all given Dr. Scott's 10 rules the day we were born. She has been teaching these rules for over 20 years. In her seminar, these rules has resonated with thousands of people. If life is a game, these are the rules. They are universal truth that all of us can learn to live better lives that are full of self-acceptance, understanding, love, success, and the inner knowing that we are all in this game together as a team. So, these are the 10 rules of being human. Number 1, you will receive a body. You may love it or hate it, but it will be yours to keep for the rest of the duration of your time on earth. My take of it is that take care of your body. Don't drink too much, or take drugs, or whatever chemicals. Take care of your body so that your body will take care of you. Rules number 2, you will be presented with lessons. You are enrolled in a full-time informal school called life. Every day in this school, you are presented with lessons. Number 3, there are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of experimentation, a series of trials, errors, and vocational victories. Don't be afraid to fail. Practice makes perfect. It is like all of us, most of us here, or all of us here, in this Toastmaster Club, learning to be a better public speakers. And my suggestions to all of you, and to myself, is don't be afraid to come out and do some speeches, and take the challenge. And I'm sure our wonderful officers, mentors, and members will do their best to provide you constructive criticism and teach you and help you to improve your speeches. And I believe that. And I'm grateful for all of you to be listening to my speech and help me learn as well. Number 4, lessons are repeated until learned. Number 5, learning does not end. It's ongoing. Actually, to me, lifelong learning is it. There's nothing better than that. That will keep us young, keep our mind fresh. And number 6, there's no better there than here. Let me give you an example. One time I went to this workshop, this presentation by a guy who wrote the book, The Power of Now. And the whole thing is about the importance of being mindful where we are at that moment. A little story I want to share with you. I went to dinner sometime back with my friends. The whole time we were sitting at this table, maybe about 1 hour and a half, and I couldn't help but noticing the couple sitting next to us. The whole time they were talking, not to each other, but on the phone with somebody else. Either texting on their smartphone with somebody else, talking to somebody else, not to the person they're sitting with. That was interesting to me. Why would you want to invite somebody to dinner and then you're talking to somebody else? And then it also reminded me of this English word, present. P-R-E-S-E-N-T. The definition of it, the short of it, is that the here and now. As you are here, listen to me, and I'm giving a speech. And it also means pleasant, a gift. And to me, the now is a gift. Use it wisely. Like the old saying that I was told sometime back, yesterday was only canceled check. Tomorrow is promissory notes. Now is cash. Rule number 5, lesson does not end. Rule number 6 is, I just mentioned it. Others are only mirrors of you. That's rule number 7. Others are only mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. Number 8, what you make of this life is up to you. We have choices. We could be responsible and say, I can do better. Or versus say, I'm not responsible for my failure. If somebody fire me, not because of my drinking or not because I'm an alcoholic, they are just bad persons, bad managers, jerks. But is it really true? We have to learn to be honest with ourselves and take responsibility. Rule number 9, all the answers lie inside of you. And finally, number 10, you will forget all this at birth. So these are the 10 rules. If life is a game, these are the 10 rules of being human. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco, for that very, very good speech number 2 for Marco. He did a great job. Okay, let's give him another.
谢谢。现在要花30秒钟，就把刚刚他演讲所说的什么地方觉得他做得好，什么地方要修改。
30 seconds to fill out the evaluation form for Marco's speech.
Oh. 我们第3个演讲员是用国语讲的，我现在想把他这个评估人 Barry 站起来，告诉大家 JJ 他的目标是什么。
Our third presentation is by JJ. She's giving a speech in Mandarin, and her evaluator is Barry. Barry, would you please tell us the goals of JJ's speech?
Yes. So this is JJ's speech number 3. So the focus is actually get to the point. And there are 2 parts about get to the point. One is the easy part, which you just define your topic well, and then you can stay focused on your point. And then the hard part is actually the counterpart of the first part, which is it's harder to stay focused on a point. So during your presentation or talk, make sure you stay focused on your point. So that's all.
现在我们欢迎第3个演讲会，他这个标题叫酒。
Let's welcome JJ. The title of her speech is Booze.
I like that.
我觉得前面2位说的都很好，然后我想延续你刚刚说的 Rule number 1，take care of your body, don't drink too much。但是我今天要说的是酒。Against I'm kidding。我相信在座的每一个人都喝过酒。酒现在已经成为了人们生活中不可缺少的一样东西。但是有多少人知道酒分多少种、多少种类？有人知道吗？这是一个非常难回答的问题，因为我在网上做了一下调查，因为酒的种类非常繁多，各地各国分类的方法都不统一，所以说以商品的特性来分的话，可以分为白酒、黄酒、果酒和啤酒。果酒就是葡萄酒这种，就是用葡萄做的酒；啤酒，就是 beer 用麦做的。然后黄酒好像只有中国有，我个人觉得不是很好喝。然后白酒不是 是白色的酒，白酒是无色的那种酒，所以我把中国的白酒，比如茅台和二锅头，还有国外的一些whisky 都归类为白酒。他们的酿制的方法和使用的原材料也不一样。我个人最喜欢啤酒或者鸡尾酒，因为喝多了也不会醉，而且没有白酒和黄酒这么难喝。我为什么要说酒呢？因为上个星期我在做即兴演讲员的时候，问了大家几个关于酒的问题，我觉得很有意思，所以我回去做了一下对酒的调查。然后还有一个原因就是我小时候，我爸爸妈妈从小就跟我说，女孩子不要喝酒，然后出去应酬或者聚会或者吃饭的时候，大家都是喝饮料，好像喝酒就变成了一个坏孩子一样。我来了美国以后才开始接触到各种各样的酒，然后才体会到那种半醉半醒之间那种很轻松快乐的感觉。所以，但是我有时候也会因为喝太多，胃不舒服或者大吐特吐。所以我想说的就是，少量喝酒有益身心健康，但是酗酒或者过量饮酒就会对身体造成伤害。我先做了一个喝酒的好处的调查，我发现有很多好处，但是我挑了一些我自己感兴趣的，想和大家来分享一下。第一个好处就是酒的成分是酒精，所以它可以对你从口腔到肠胃都有一个消毒的作用。第二就是酒的另外一个成分是水，它可以解渴，也可以延年益寿。第三，喝少量的酒，特别是红酒，有助于活血化瘀，促进血液循环。第四，喝酒也可以治病，比如说什么相思病啊、失恋症，还有这些，保证你酒到病除。第五，有利于打造民族英雄，因为有些人他平时胆小如鼠，但是他喝了酒之后就壮了胆，说不定可以做出一些惊天动地的事情来。比如说想当年的武松，就是因为喝了酒壮了胆，一个人单枪匹马跑到景阳岗去打老虎，树立了他的威信。然后往小了说，因为我平时是一个很内向害羞的人，但是我发现我喝了酒之后，就会在即使是陌生人面前也会滔滔不绝，非常友好。我发现，因为我清醒的时候，我觉得我一直在想说，我这个该不该说，那个该不该说？如果我说了他们听不懂怎么办？就是有这种想法，觉得会很尴尬。但是我喝了酒之后，就发现这样对你的社交，不管是社交还是工作上，都会有所提高。然后第六，有利于文学创作，因为中国人自古好酒。唐朝有一个诗人叫李白，一个非常有名的诗人，我相信大家可能都听到过。他既是诗仙，也是酒仙。然后我找了一个文章，他就对李白和酒有一个很好的描述。他说，李白的生活中时刻有酒相伴，他无处不在饮酒，无时不在深醉。然后他有一首很有名的诗叫做《将进酒》，也是我非常喜欢的一首诗，大家可以去看一下。因为我每次读完以后，我都热血沸腾，非常的兴奋。这首诗，我觉得应该是他对人生与酒的一个最好的阐释。里面有一句话叫“人生得意须尽欢，莫使金樽空对月”，就是说人在高兴的时候要喝酒。然后有另外一句话是“钟鼓馔玉不足贵，但愿长醉不愿醒”，就是人在激愤的时候要喝酒。还有一句话叫“古来圣贤皆寂寞，唯有饮者留其名”，就是说人在排遣寂寞的时候要喝酒。然后最后一句话，五花马，千金裘，呼儿将出换美酒，与儿同销万古愁。就是说，人在忧愁、郁闷， 或者是你在觉得怀才不遇的时候更加要喝酒。还有很多很多喝酒的好处，我就不在这里一一说了，免得大家觉得我鼓励大家喝酒。然后我找了几个酗酒或者过量饮酒的坏处，想来和大家分享一下，尤其是首先是它对身体的影响，就是第一，你会死掉，害怕了吧？因为酒精会抑制大脑的呼吸中枢，造成呼吸停止。另外还有酒精里面的一些化学元素的分解会导致血糖下降，也有可能致命。第二，它吸收不良，会引起各种维他命缺乏，间接导致多种神经系统损坏。第三，肝脏伤害，这个大家都知道，就是你喝多的话会脂肪堆积在肝脏，这里会造成脂肪肝。第四，胃溃疡，你喝太多会导致你的胃出血，也会有危及生命的危险。第五是大脑皮质萎缩，就是说有报告显示部分慢性酒瘾者的大脑皮质有萎缩现象，也有部分病人有智力衰退的现象，就是说你会变笨。还有，如果你在怀孕的时候也不要喝酒，因为酒精在胎儿体内的代谢和排泄的速度很慢，所以它会对胎儿造成伤害。那酗酒对我们的生活和社会又造成什么影响呢？首先，你的情绪容易激动，脾气不好，然后你的判断力控制又不好，容易与别人发生冲突，有高犯罪率。这时候你的老婆、老公或者你的小孩都会变成你的发泄对象。第二，你会精神恍惚，造成你的工作效率下降。第三，也是最常见，就是你酒后驾车是交通事故造成家庭悲剧的罪魁祸首。世界卫生组织的调查显示，大约50%到60%的交通事故与酒后驾车有关。全球每天有3000多人死于交通事故，10多万人受伤，每年有120多万人死亡，大量人员伤残。其中因为酒后驾车导致的伤亡率达到25%，是一个很可怕的数字。所以说，大家酒后千万不要开车。然后就是因为你们身边可能有很多关于喝醉酒闹笑话的故事，我觉得如果大家不想成为这个故事的主角，就最好不要喝太多或者喝醉。所以综上所述，我的结论就是。酒可以喝，但是要注意量。你在感谢酒的发明的同时，也要感谢赐予你生命的人，因为他们希望你保重你自己的身体。所以说，记住点到为止。谢谢。
哇，我们要感谢 JJ。给我好的这个理由。
Very interesting speech, JJ. Thank you.
下次要带点产品来吧。We need some samples.
Yes.
现在请大家花30秒钟就写下来几句话来反馈他刚刚写句。
You have to go on somebody so that anybody is grateful and hit that thing.
Good job.
Can I have that because I want to play with it?
你是时间观念，你乖乖的管时间吧。
是。对不起。
现在进入会议第二部分，这第二部分就是即兴演讲。
Now we'll begin the second part of our meeting, the table topics, where we'll do impromptu speeches.
即兴演讲英文的是 Alberto， 欢迎 Alberto。
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, this is one of the most important fun phase for impromptu speech. You have 1 to 2 minutes to deliver your speech about a question I will ask. Number 2, you need to be able to use the word grateful. You can use Chinglish too. Doesn't matter. Here we can speak Chinglish or whatever you want. I followed the directions, I listened really well the direction for the Toastmasters, and the theme was grateful. So I choose Thanksgiving Day, since it's next week. I still remember my first Thanksgiving dinner with a group of family. I live in a board house, and we had 6 different cultures. Can you imagine, we had that table was full of, someone brought a pig, another person brought a goat, another person brought a fish, big fish, another one a turkey, a person brought kimchi with something else. It was a mix of different kinds of food, which reflect to me the values of the American culture. It's not only turkey, we can eat anything we want. In different cultures, Thanksgiving is a tradition where the light is fighting against the darkness. So many places, they have candles and they have torch. People do parades and something else. In America, we have right now more open because the culture gets so friendly about many things. In my opinion, Thanksgiving is the preparation of the table for the food. To me, it's like to put something on the table, whatever you want. And we have the word in Chinese and Mandarin. You can use it too, as well in English. I want to ask Timo, do you remember your first Thanksgiving?
I do.
Please come over here.
Some of you might remember from my icebreaker, my first Thanksgiving was my first year in the U.S., which was in Kansas. And it was actually at a German family's house. So that was also a twist, like Alberto mentioned, it's pretty multicultural, if you think about it. In my case, that was the same. And I also remember that we didn't eat turkey. We ate something else. I don't quite remember what it was. It was like, there were small plates, but it was with the German family, and I had a friend from Jordan who joined us, and then it was me and my friend's brothers, and then my friend who invited me over Thanksgiving dinner that day. We're still friends, and he actually is my best friend now. So that was not long after when I first came to the U.S. And, it's pretty memorable for me for that reason. I don't quite remember the food, but the event itself.
I'm grateful to have, a Thanksgiving dinner with my friends. I sometimes choose someone in the morning, sometimes for lunch, and then in the evening. So I try to be myself under control. But there is something else that people in Thanksgiving have been using. Also, they use marketing. And this year, the Black Friday deals will be early than before. companies or sites try to sell whatever they want. So I would like to ask Kayla about your Black Friday.
All right.
Kayla, come on.
My Black Friday, actually, I'm a girl, so I'm not interested in the electronic equipment. So I know a lot of people stay outside of Best Buy to line up, to wait for their sales. But I don't care. I just go Macy's, go buy pretty clothes. So my Black Friday is just go crazy to these stores to grab all these clothes. So that's my Black Friday. Thank you.
I remember when I was really in my early age, in my early life, I did a cross country from Florida to Canada. I was really, stopping every city in my backpack, taking Greyhound buses. Until finally, I reached New York. And I feel one of my dreams to see the parade. Ganshi is the parade in Chinese. I want to ask any volunteer, you haven't seen any parade in Thanksgiving or any kind of parade? A volunteer? I can see the eyes.
Maybe our guest would like to try.
Yeah, I think she in the back.
Go for it. Okay. Yay! Thank you. I would like to try and use Chinese. Okay. 其实我是纽约人，所以我记得每年我是小孩的时候，每年我和我家人一起在看那个电视看了那个彩车 ，and actually 我没去过，我这个人没去过，但是I remember always seeing it on TV with my family. 我不喜欢彩车，因为我不喜欢人，我喜欢人，我不喜欢特别多的人，我有一点不舒服。我在很多别的人有一点不舒服，所以看电视就可以。OK。
I love this Chinglish. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The objective of table topic is to deliver the speech in 1 to 2 minutes. I will guarantee when you're looking for a job or new opportunities, you will think about table topics. Sometimes we say we don't need it. When you potential supervisor, potential manager say, tell me about yourself, you get given that brain of the idea. And today, what we haven't seen, 1 to 2 minutes, we're able to provide a mini speech regarding to any topic. But I'm like those my.
谢谢 Albert。刚刚的是英文的即兴，现在跟的是我们中文的即兴演讲。中文即兴演讲主持人就是我们的 Philip。
Our Mandarin table topics master is Philip. Let's welcome Philip.
Black Friday， 要是你可以你想你有什么 strategy？ 要是你想你打算这 这个Black Friday 怎么办？所以我想找一个人说 ，OK， 好 ，Robert。
我感觉黑色星球很有意思，因为每年都有很多人在准备排队去买东西，是吧？如果要我呢做那个策略该怎么做的话，我又早就吃完那个感恩节餐，然后继续又跑到我想买东西那店，然后带着那个棚，然后就走进去睡觉。但是你睡觉的时候你要小心，因为有些人会插队，是吧？你睡觉的时候你怎么样知道没有人会插队呢？所以你要找一个帮手，就是你的朋友，你的朋友就在看，你就在睡觉。然后呢，睡好几个小时之后呢，他就去睡觉，你就在看，这样换来换去，等到天亮了，开门了，你们进去一定会可以买到好东西。这个是我的策略，谢谢。
那我第二个问题呢，就是这个很快我们这有这个感恩节呢，我有什么很多时候有很多东西吃了哈，要是你吃太多，你发现你有一点胖，你想瘦一点，你不想那么胖，你用什么方法等你可以减肥？有什么好的减肥方法可以介绍我？所以我找一个人你会说国语吗？Nelson， 谢谢。
大家好，我是第一次来这做 guest。刚才讨论什么？
要是你吃太多，发现减肥
减肥的话，因为我个人的话，我是吃不胖，所以减肥的话，我觉得可以做运动，然后多做点运动，然后就是尽量吃的时候控制一下，吃点健康的东西，就是不要吃太肥腻的东西。
好，那么第三个问题是这个 parade 这怎么说的？拆车。要是你跟我们这纽约来的朋友不喜欢看，他想要是你想就离开纽约，就去别的城这个冬天旅行，你会去哪里？要是你不想看 parade， 你住在纽约，你想离开，你想去另外一个城，要是你可以去旅行，你去哪里？所以，要是这个，我就找一个人告诉我。我简单说，要是你想12月想旅行，你去哪里？找一个人。
那位先生，你会讲国语吗？
会讲。这个问题我改一改，你就是告诉我，要是你下个月一定要想旅行，你会去哪里？
今天第一次来，问题在什么？
问题是，要是你下个月，我一定要你旅行，我有一个厂在那个。我改我的问题。
I don't know what英文叫什么。
Okay, so let's say if you have to go travel. If next month you have to travel, going to your head, you have to travel. Where will you go?
Pretty much I'll pick up like different places, my friends, school days, like a couple places like hanging out back home, Chicago. So I spent just in Cisco like last year, so yeah, I miss home a lot. So I'll just go back home. And that'll be my answer.
但是演讲人，他这个主持人也要即兴的，头脑转得好快，是不是？你们大家要加油啊，要训练，看见吗？现在怎么样的呢？
现在now we'll continue on to the third part of our meeting, evaluations.
第3部分就是评估。现在我们把我们的评估总之人 Timo 上来 ，Timo。
Welcome Timo, our general evaluator.
As Michael mentioned, we're at the third part of our meeting, which is the evaluation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the evaluators, and then one at a time they're going to come up here and do their evaluations on the speeches. Xiangyi's speech, Robert's going to evaluate Xiangyi's speech, and Kayla is going to evaluate Marco's speech, and then we're going to have Barry evaluate JJ's speech. And then after the evaluations, we're going to move on to odd counters report and the timers report. So please welcome Robert.
So it was Xiangyi's first speech, her icebreaker speech, and she did a really great job. She had a clear voice, an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. She started using her body language right off the bat, so there was nothing shy about standing still and giving your first speech, which a lot of people would have from the beginning because you would be really nervous. So she has no problem with that. Again, her body language was good. She has a good voice. It was clear, understanding. She has a good introduction, a body, and a conclusion, where she talked about how she wanted us to know more about her through curiosity. From curiosity, how it brought her to different fields of work that she engaged in. And one of the things that perhaps she could improve on is during her speech, the pace seems to be like there's a lot of talking and there's silence, there's a lot of talking and silence. So the pace wasn't really flowing as it should. So if she could have the flow of her speech more flowing in the speech, so that'd be better. But aside from that, she did a lot of things that a beginner would never do. She used a lot of different techniques, so that's a good thing. And so, in general, this is a very good first speech, and hopefully we can hear more from her in the future. Thank you.
All right, now please welcome Kayla to evaluate Marco's speech.
So Marco, the second speech, as we mentioned before, is how to organize your speech. And I think he did a very good job. First, the speech is a very interesting and meaningful speech to us. He's talking about the rule of the life. And his title, The Rule of the Game, make us very curious. What kind of game? Soccer or football, as he mentioned? It's very, so the beginning is very good. The title is very good, and the beginning is very good. He said, this famous people give 10 rules about life, and then another quote from another famous people. So make us very clear what he's going to talk about. And then for his body, it's a lot of content. He listed 10 rules, and I will repeat it, all of them. And also he talked about examples to support these rules. One example is the number 3, no mistake, only lessons. Practice, for example, the Toastmaster, this environment, you can make a lot of mistakes, but you can still keep improving, keep practicing. So I think he did a very good job for the body too. Two things I think he can do better is in the future. One is the conclusion. He said after introducing the 10 rules, and then he said, thank you, but no conclusion. Maybe you can repeat the main point or do something to make it more memorable, because it's 10, it's hard to memorize. Like the 10th one said, forget and get birth, right? So people will forget about it, so you can reinforce it to make it more memorable. And no transition, but this one is easy on him because he just need to list the 10 of them. Don't need too much transition, but in the future, if you add some transition, that would be good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. And now we're going to have Barry to evaluate JJ's speech.
This is the number 3 speech for JJ. She did a fantastic job. The topic of the speech is about get to the point. You can clearly see that she never get off the point. She talked about the pro and con of the drinking wine and beer or alcohol.
可以用中文。
哦，OK，switch。这是他第3个演讲，所以他整个演讲的内容的准备非常的充分，然后他从头到尾都没有离题，因为从头到尾讲的就是有关于喝酒的好处跟喝酒的缺点。那整个演讲组织呢非常的完整，那让我觉得听完他演讲之后，我真的想去
干杯。
那就是其中可爱的地方，包括就是他举的一些例子啊，像武松啊、李白的一些经典的故事，都非常的跟这个主题有相关的。那如果说要提到要改进的部分，就是第一个大点就是说，可能在演讲的过程，少看一点演讲稿，然后就是要加入多一点的就是身体语言，或者说跟群众之间的眼睛的接触，这个我想会让观众的对你的演讲的内容会更加的投入。那另外一个地方就是说，整个时间的管理，我想应该没有什么大的问题，因为我没有直接看 timer， 但是基本上整个流程是非常顺畅。Okay.
Thank you, Barry. And now we're going to get the odd counters report. Is that Kayla? You can do it from there.
I'm the art counter today, so I'll give the report. The English Toastmaster, Michael, I didn't catch anything. Mandarin Toastmaster, Billy, I didn't catch anything. Xiang Yi had 5 and Marco had 2 JJ had 1 那个. And in the table topic section, Alberto has nothing. Timo has nothing, and myself, I don't know. I have nothing. Oh, that's great. And you from what's her name?
Allison.
Allison had 1 and 2 那个. And Phillips has 3 那个 and 3 这个. Robert has 0. Nelson has 0. And what's her name? Jay had 2 likes. And in the evaluation for Xiang Yi's speech, Robert has nothing. Myself?
0.
0. Okay, great. And Barry has 3 and 5 na. You like use na to start your sentence. Maybe you are thinking, I don't know.
I'm thinking.
Okay. So you got 5 of that. So that's it.
Thank you. And now we're going to have the timers report. That is Marco.
Xiang Yi's speech, she spent 6 minutes. Myself, I don't know.
I timed you at 7 minutes and 15 seconds.
Thank you. And then JJ, she made the longest speech. 8 minutes 30 seconds. It's okay, I'm sorry, I'm seasoned.
She's drunk.
I'm sorry. Okay, and then table topics. Robert, 4 seconds. Nelson,
4 seconds? Yeah.
4 minutes. I'm sorry, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Sorry.
4 minutes?
Oh no.
I think I'm 4 minutes, right?
4 seconds.
8:40.
I'm sorry, it's okay. So Nelson, it's 30 seconds. Very short. Jade, I believe, 40 seconds. And I don't know. Allison, she made 60 seconds. And for the evaluations, Timo was at 1 minute 20 seconds. And Roberts was 2 minutes. And Kayla's 1 minute 40 seconds. Barry is 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Thank you very much, Mark. Now, as we're getting closer to the end of the meeting, I'm going to give a general evaluation of our meeting today. Today's meeting, I think, was very great for, especially one reason. There was a lot of improvisation. Philip improvising the Mandarin table topics, and then some of us coming up and filling in roles, which means no matter what we can make this work. That's what it means, and that's really great. It's everybody's willing to do it, and as Alberto mentioned, there's no need to be scared. We can just do this no matter what. So that's really great. And one thing that Elliot typically mentions is the split between English and Mandarin, and I think today that was really great as well. There was no dominance of one language. It was pretty equal from my point of view. That was great. I think the evaluations are very from the heart. It's not really we're not really saying it to say it. They're actually really valuable points, and it's short and brief but very valuable. And I also want to touch on the agenda. I think it's very clean. I can say, I think to me it's the best I've seen so far. It's very clean. I look at it, and the layout is great. And I think it's the font too. I kind of like that. So overall, I think it was a very, very good meeting. And I can't really think of anything other than I do notice this. I'm not really sure how we can solve this, but coming in and out, shaking hands and leaving the stage seems to be a little, probably there can be a standard to it, but sometimes we do it from here, sometimes from there. Maybe it's the chair that's there, so a little squeeze there. I'm not sure, but maybe there's a solution to that. Something to think about. But overall, I think it was pretty great. Thank you.
We're very grateful for Timo for stepping in at the last minute to be the general evaluator.
其实我也很感谢，我觉得我们整个会员的人都很棒，大家就是很可能合作，而且呢，叫他做什么他就有这个办法，所以继续从这些今天之后下去，我就是希望大家从今天学的是什么东西，就是要大方，不要害怕。这地方是一家人，大家都很和气，会支持人的。Do you think？ 你觉得我们会员也很棒吗
Yeah, I think everyone did a great job today. And I'm trying to remember what else to translate. Don't be scared to get up here and speak. This is a learning environment, and this is the place to make mistakes, because then you can improve, and then when you're out there at work or wherever, you'll do better. So feel free to participate.
Guest feedback.
没问题，会有的，不会忘了他们的，不会忘了他们的。现在就是为了省时间，想看我们的这个来宾来客有什么反应和感觉。How did you like the meeting, sir?
It was very interesting. I feel like a fish on water on 2 counts. I don't understand much at all in Mandarin, and I'm also not a very good speaker. So I didn't catch 50% of what happened today, but it was very interesting.